Hey, y'all. I'm Jonas,
Hi, I'm Jackie.
and we're here again welcoming you to a Wednesday Night Live, our podcast from Fit Families of Faith. Thank you again for joining us. As always, we do this every Wednesday night, and we sure appreciate you being with us. So, look, what are we going to talk about tonight? Two things. What makes a meal, and how do you get your family on board with healthy eating? I mean, isn't that the struggle that we all face? Hey, you might want to incorporate health and fitness in your life, but it is so hard if you don't get your family on board, if you don't have that support. It's almost impossible. That will hamstring your results, and then your family won't get healthy either. But that's what we're going to talk about tonight. How can we use our influence and our smarts to get this done? We can do this.
Okay, feel free to ask questions along the way. We'll do our best to answer them. We both have our reading glasses on tonight. And if you're watching this as a recording, please still leave a comment with your questions, and we will come back and we will answer those later. And as always, stick around till the end, and we are going to ask you to do something and contribute back to our community here at Fit Families of Faith. And if you are willing to give any of these tips a try, we want you to comment below family. Just type in family so we know that you are willing to give some of this a try with your family.
Sure enough. Well, if you saw the preview post that I put up here in Fit Families of Faith for tonight's Wednesday Night Live, you saw a picture of two of my grandchildren drinking a green drink, a green smoothie. Just to let you know, that was kale and apple juice in that smoothie. And look, okay, I had the blessing and the opportunity to have three of my grandchildren come live with me for an extended period a couple years back. And when they came, they would not touch anything green. Nothing green would pass their lips. But after a few months living with Granddad, these two, as you saw in the picture, were drinking kale smoothies. And my little granddaughter Aubrey there, she would eat kale straight out of the bag. What? Why? Because they wanted to be like Granddad. They want to be like you. You are their heroes. You're their models. And, you might laugh, but actually it's true. And you have enormous influence over those kids. And, let's use that. Let's use that for good. Let's push them in the right direction. So look, okay, so we covered protein last week. And that's half the equation of what makes a meal. What makes a meal? Protein. What's the other half? Vegetables. That's right. Yeah. So carbohydrates are optional. You can eat carbs if you have the calories in your budget, but protein and vegetables are mandatory. That's what makes a meal. Every healthy meal should have both those things. Now, I realize that's easier said than done. Not everybody likes vegetables, especially kids, both big and small. Ask me how I know. But look, once again, that picture is proof of my little smoothie story. That's proof of how much influence we do have. If you eat vegetables and you smile and you are your kids' role models and heroes, then what are they going to want to do? They're going to want to be like dad and like mom or like granny and like granddad. That's the position that we hold as authority figures in our family, as leaders. So, use that. So look, but I also want to tell you, believe it or not, it's possible to teach kids to eat and like vegetables, even to like them. I'm living proof, okay? I'm a big kid, and I wasn't much of a vegetable eater. Do you know who taught me to eat and like vegetables? This woman right here. So I'm going to unleash her on you to teach you how to like them yourselves and to pass that on to your kids.
Okay, there are two great big secrets to get your kids to eat their vegetables. Number one, make them taste good. Number two, hide them. So it's really not as hard as you think to get the vegetables to taste good. Last year at school, I was in charge of the school garden, and we grew these beautiful heads of cabbage. And so one of our lessons was for the kids to sample what they grew. We simply sauteed the cabbage with a tiny bit of olive oil, onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. And the kids ate it up. I think every single kindergarten student that I had ate the cabbage, and most of them asked for seconds. And these are 5-year-olds asking for more cabbage. Okay, so all doctors and nutritionists will tell you that it's much better for your kids to eat vegetables with the extra cheese or butter or bacon or ranch than to not have the vegetables at all. They need the fiber and the vitamins and the minerals that the vegetables have. And if a doctor's telling you to eat more vegetables, then obviously our kids need to eat vegetables too. Okay, that's what we do. It's for their health. You know, we feed them healthy. All right, so add the flavor. Number 1, cheese. Who didn't like cheese? Everybody likes cheese. Put some cheese on there. If you don't have the calories in your budget, don't put cheese on yours. But put cheese on your kids and let them eat their vegetables with cheese. All the vegetables, usually when I introduced new vegetables to my kids, it was with bacon. I have boys. So, bacon. Oh, anything with bacon, right? I would simply put the fresh vegetables in a Ziploc bag, toss them up with a little Lipton onion soup mix, lay them on a sheet pan, and spread bacon all over the top. When the bacon is done, so is the vegetables. Now my boys don't eat them with bacon. Now we just shake it with the onion soup mix and roast it. The boys have gotten used to the vegetables and they're okay eating the vegetables without the bacon. Ranch. All right, we all know kids and ranch. Give your kids ranch. Let that be a snack. Fresh broccoli and ranch, fresh cucumbers and ranch, fresh carrots and ranch. All kids love ranch. And you can make a super healthy version of ranch by mixing a packet of ranch dip mix with non-fat Greek yogurt or with non-fat cottage cheese that you put in the blender. It has the same consistency of sour cream. It's delicious. My boys eat it all the time.
It is so good. And then ranch is no longer a necessary evil. It's a protein source. You can eat as much as you want. It's wonderful.
And their kids aren't going to like the vegetables right away. Even as an adult, I grew up in a green bean house. The greens we ate were green beans. The first time I tried Brussels sprouts was as an adult, and I was really not a fan. But I gave them another chance, and I gave them another chance, and I found a way to make them that I liked. I seasoned them the way that I seasoned them. The first time I had them, they weren't really seasoned. I seasoned them and realized that they were good. Now my whole family loves Brussels sprouts. But it takes more than one try to convince your kids to eat the vegetables. They're not going to fall in love with Brussels sprouts the first time you feed it to them. And you shouldn't force them to eat the whole pile of Brussels sprouts the first time. Just have them take a few bites. By the 3rd or 4th time, they'll get used to the flavor and they'll start eating them better. It takes a little bit. Just think about when your kids were babies and you fed them baby food. The first time you gave them that spoon of that green spinach baby food, that face they made, but eventually you were able to get your babies to eat those vegetables. You can still train your kids the same way and yourself the same way as we get older. All right, so secret number 2, hide the vegetables. Okay, this nowadays is really easy because you could get riced cauliflower. If you mix riced cauliflower into your rice or into your casseroles that use rice, you can start adding more and more. And eventually, your kids will eat it. They won't ask about it. And when you finally go, oh, guess what? You've been eating cauliflower. They're going to be like, what? And then you can just feed them cauliflower because you're like, well, but you've been eating it this whole time. Okay, you can also mash cauliflower and you can mix it into your mashed potatoes and then slowly add more and more. If you have not had cauliflower tots, you're missing out. You can get these in the grocery store now. Cauliflower tots, they're really good. Another easy thing to do to hide vegetables is zucchini noodles. All right, the little noodler looks like a little hourglass. Stick your zucchini in there and twist it up and you make noodles. Mix that in with your spaghetti noodles or with pasta and slowly add more and more. Once your kids are eating it and you're like, oh, guess what? You're eating zucchini. Then you can give them zucchini because you can be like, oh, you've already been eating it. You can also grate zucchini and add it to all kinds of dishes. You can even grate zucchini and make zucchini fritters, which are really pretty good. So there you go. make them taste good, and hide them.
Sure enough, yeah. One of our favorite things is roasted on a sheet pan, just roasted any sort of vegetables in the oven with that Lipton onion soup mix, you know? And you can
So
start
good.
it out with bacon and then take the bacon
And then
off.
take it off.
Yeah. And cheese, you know, drench anything in cheese and it's delicious. And slowly cut the cheese back, cut it back, cut it back. But yeah, try one of these. Please do. Try one of these this week and contribute back to the community. Here's how you can do that. Post your results right here in this group. Okay, post a picture, just tell a story, something. Tell us your family's reaction. We need each other's support and we need each other's ideas. We're all trying to achieve the same thing together. Healthier versions of us and healthier families as well. So let's use each other. Let's use this community and to really, inculcate that and grow that. Anyway, that's my request for this week. If you would like to try any of these, if you're willing to, drop a comment family below just so we can know and keep a watch for maybe a post. And golly, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Let me see if we have any questions. Just comments. Well, we sure want to thank you for being here with us. And look, you guys, oh, the questions are finally showing up. Yeah. Yeah, well, good. Get you. Savannah's got some stuff in her cart ready to check out this week. So yeah, make that grocery trip. You know, pick up those veggies and try a couple of these ideas. That's our request for this week. Thank you so much. Remember, a meal is protein and veggies. If you're not eating protein and veggies, you're just eating a snack, and that's not what we're about, y'all. That's not grown-up eating. We love y'all, and thank you so much for being here. We will see you next Wednesday. Same kitchen, same time.
Same kitchen, same time.
Talk to y'all later. Good night.